You know that moment when you realize something in your life needs to change, but the road ahead feels so long, you don't even know where to start? It's like standing at the beginning of a massive path, and all you have are tiny steps to take. But you know what I've learned? Those small steps, when taken in the right direction, have incredible power. Today, I want to show you how to set clear goals, stay consistent with them, and how a vision board could be the missing piece you need to transform your financial reality. But first, let me ask you, what does your ideal financial life look like? Is it being free from worrying about bills at the end of the month? Saving enough to achieve big dreams? Having the freedom to make choices without relying on anyone? Or maybe it's rebuilding your financial foundation after a tough time? Whatever it is, know that it's possible. The first step is believing you can get there. And the second is having a clear plan. I get it. Planning can sound like a daunting word. But you know what helped me? Thinking of goals as a map. Imagine you're in an unfamiliar city, trying to reach a specific destination. With a map, you can figure out the best route. Without one, you'll just wander in circles. That's exactly what happens in our financial lives when we don't have goals. A good goal has to be clear and, most importantly, realistic. If you're trying to save money, you don't have to aim for the impossible, like saving half your salary right away. Start small, but start. I like using the SMART technique. Goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, if you want to create an emergency fund, start with something simple, like saving 5% of your income each month. It might seem like a small amount, but what matters is building the habit, not the initial amount. Now, here's a critical part: consistency. Let me be honest, this is where many people give up. At first, we're full of motivation. Then, an unexpected expense pops up, or progress feels way too slow, and the urge to quit kicks in. But here's what I've learned. Consistency doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be ongoing. Let me tell you a story. My friend Beth was going through a really tight financial period. She always said she wanted to save money, but she never could because it seemed like the bills never stopped. One day, she decided to save something, anything, even if it was just $1 a day. At first, it seemed pointless. But guess what? She built the habit. And over time, she started saving $5, then $10. Today, she has an emergency fund that has helped her through several tough situations. Her story is a reminder of just how powerful small steps can be. And you know what can help you stay on track? Visualizing your goal in a tangible way. This is where the vision board comes in. A vision board is a tool that helps turn abstract ideas into something you can see, touch, and connect with every day. Here's how it works. Gather images, quotes, or symbols that represent what you want to achieve. It could be a photo of a place you want to visit, an inspiring quote, or even an object that symbolizes your goal. For example, if your dream is to provide more security for your family, you might include pictures of a home, a full piggy bank, or a phrase like security and comfort. If you're rebuilding after a tough time, you could choose images that represent freedom and new beginnings, like a butterfly or an open road. And if you're striving for financial independence, you might include a travel destination, a car, or anything that represents freedom to you. Let your creativity flow and jot down all the ideas that come to mind. Then, select the ones that resonate most and put them on your vision board. The key is to keep your vision board in a visible spot, your bedroom, the kitchen, or even as your phone wallpaper. That way, it's a daily reminder of why you're working toward your goals. It's like a little extra push to keep going, even when things get tough. But let me tell you, creating goals and making a vision board are just the beginning. The most important thing is to take action. All the planning and visualizing in the world won't matter if you don't take that first step. And here's the best part. That step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. For example, how about starting today by tracking your expenses? It doesn't have to be complicated. Use your phone or a notebook, whatever works best for you. This will give you clarity about where your money is going. Or maybe your first step is setting a small goal, like saving 1% of your income. Does that seem small? It might be, but it's the habit that will lead to bigger achievements over time. Speaking of clarity, let me share a super practical tip for managing credit card use, using purchase receipts. Here's how it works. Every time you make a purchase and get a receipt, keep it with your card. Let's say you go to the grocery store and spend $100. Take the receipt and store it with your card in your wallet. At your next purchase, look at the previous receipt, write its amount on the back of the new receipt, then discard the old one. For instance, say your second purchase is $80. On the back of the second receipt, write that the previous one was $100. On your third purchase, do the same. Let's say this time you spend $100. Write down the sum of the previous purchases. $100 first plus $80 second, which totals $180. Add the current purchase amount to this, $100. So you now know you've spent $280 in 3 transactions. This simple habit gives you a basic idea of your credit card expenses in real time, helping you avoid surprises when the bill arrives, without relying on complicated apps or spreadsheets. One last thing, celebrate every small victory. Saved money for an entire month? Celebrate? Avoided an unnecessary expense? Well done. Every achievement, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. And if you ever feel like you've lost your way, that's okay. Starting over is part of the process. Remember, these changes take time, but the best part is, this journey is yours alone. You set the rules, define the pace, and decide where you want to go. Now tell me, what's your biggest financial dream today? Have you thought about creating your vision board? If not, I challenge you to start tomorrow. Take some time today to think about what you want to achieve. Pick a few images or quotes that represent it, and create your board. It can be on paper, on your wall, or even digital. What matters is that it's honest, visible, and reflects what's important to you. And then, let me know in the comments. What was your first goal, or which image did you pick for your board? I'd love to hear from you.